Hello and good morning, dear students. I welcome you all on the online platform of KTHM e-learning portal. I am Professor Sunita Borde from KTHM College, English Department. So, my dear students, in the previous videos, we had discussed the history of Indian English literature. In it, we had discussed the history of Indian English prose, the history of Indian English novel, the history of Indian English drama, and the history of Indian English prose. And now we are going to start with the first unit of Indian writing in English subject, that is 3.1. The first unit, Kantapura, novel Kantapura by Raja Rao. So, let's start with the novel Raja Rao. But before going directly to the novel Kantapura, we must know about Raja Rao, the novelist, the author of this novel. So, today I am going to present a brief introduction to author through this presentation. So, please watch this video. So, dear students, Raja Rao was an Indian writer of English language, novels, and short stories, whose works are deeply rooted in metaphysics. He was born on 8 November 1908 in Hassan in the princely states of Mysore, which is now in Karnataka in South India. Raja Rao was born into a Kannada speaking Brahmin family and he was the eldest of 9 siblings, having 7 sisters and a brother named Yogeshwara Ananda. His father, H.V. Krishnaswamy, used to teach Kannada language, the native language of Karnataka, at Nizam College in Hyderabad. While his mother, Gauramma, she was a homemaker who died when Raja Rao was just 4 years old. And the death of his mother left a lasting impression on the novelists. The absence of a mother and orphanhood are recurring themes in his work. Another influence from early life was his grandfather, with whom he lived in Hassan and Harihali or Harohali. Now let's move on to know about his education. So Raja Rao received his early education at a Muslim school and later went to Aligarh Muslim University. He graduated from Madras University with English and history as his prior subject. Then he won the Asiatic Scholarship of the government in 1929, and with this scholarship he went abroad for higher education. He went to the University of Montpellier in France to study French language and literature. And later he joined the Sorbonne University of Paris. And there he explored the Indian influence on Irish literature. He published his first stories in French and English language. During 1931 and 32, he contributed 4 articles written in Kannada for Jaya Karnataka, an influential journal. And we say that this is the starting of his writing career. Now, let's switch on the next slide. Nationalist novelist. So Raja Rao was a nationalist novelist. After taking education in France, he returned to India in 1939. He edited with Iqbal Singh Changing India, an anthology of modern Indian thought from Rajaram Mohan Roy to Jawaharlal Nehru. He participated in the Quit India movement of 1942 with Mahatma Gandhi. In 1943 and 1944, he co edited a journal named Tomorrow from Bombay with Ahmad Ali. He was the prime mover in the formation of a cultural organization, Sri Vidya Samiti, devoted to reviving the values of ancient Indian civilization. This organization failed shortly after inception. Then in Bombay, he was also associated with Chetna, a cultural society for the propagation of Indian thought and values. Rao's involvement in nationalist movement is reflected in his books. Nationalism was a theme of many of his novels. His novel Kantapura is an account of Mahatma Gandhi's teaching. It is the story of national struggle through the viewpoint of a villager in Karnataka. And Raja Rao borrows the style and structure of this novel from Indian vernacular tales and folk epic. Then Rao returned to the theme of Gandhism once again in the short story collection The Cow of the Barricades, which was published in 1947. Then his next novel, The Serpent and the Rope, was published in 1916 and was written after a long silence during which Raja Rao returned to India. The work dramatized the relationships between Indian and Western culture. And one more speciality of this novel is that this novel, The Serpent and the Rope, won Sahitya Academy Award for its author. The serpent in the title refers to illusion and the rope to reality. Then he has written biography of Mahatma Gandhi in his book The Great Indian Way, A Life of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, let's see what he has done in the latter years of his life. Raja Rao relocated to the United States and he started his career as a professor of philosophy at the University of Texas at Austin from 1966 to 1986. The courses he used to taught in that university included Marxism to Gandhism, Mahayana Buddhism, Indian philosophy, the Upanishads, Indian philosophy, the metaphysical basis of the male and female principles, and Razor's Age. In 1965, he married Catherine Jones, an American stage actress. They had one son. His name is Christopher Rama. In 1986, after his divorce from Catherine, Rao remarried his third wife Susan Watt, from he met when he was for whom he met when she was a student at the University of Texas in the 1970s. In 1988, he received the most prestigious international Neustadt Prize for Literature, and in 1998 he published Mahatma Gandhi's biography, The Great Indian Way, A Life of Mahatma Gandhi. And this hero of India, this great author of India, novelist of India, died of heart failure on 8 July 2006 at his home in Austin, Texas, at the age of 97. So, this great author has written number of novels, short stories, even non-fiction books during his lifespan. And now let's have a look at the novels which Raja Rao has written. He has written almost 5 novels. The first one is Kantapura, which was published in 1938. Kantapura, the novel which is prescribed for you, dear students, okay, in our paper, Indian Writing in English, unit number 1. Here in unit number 1, Kantapura, this novel by Raja Rao is prescribed for you. Okay, so this novel is very famous work by Raja Rao. This novel is based on Mahatma Gandhi's preaching to the Indians, to the Indian people. Okay, and this is about the Indian freedom fighting. So this novel, we may say that this novel is a kind of a miniature form of our country. Then his second novel, The Serpent and the Rope, was published in 1960, and this novel won him the prestigious award Sahitya Academy in 1964. Then his third novel, The Cat and Shakespeare, A Tale of India, which was published in 1965. The Cat and Shakespeare was a metaphysical comedy that answered philosophical questions which were posed in the earlier novels. Then his next novel, Comrade Kirillov, was published in 1976, and his last novel was The Chess Master and His Moose, which was published in 1988. Now let's have a look at his short story collection. The first short story collection, named The Cow of the Barricades, which was based on the Gandhism, which was based on the Gandhi theme, was published in 1947. Her second short story collection, The Policeman and the Rose, was published in 1978, and On the Ganga Ghat was published in 1989. He also has contributed in writing non-fictional work. So first, he has jointly associated with Changing India, an anthology with Iqbal Singh in 1939. Then A Journal Tomorrow during 1943 to 44. He also associated with Iqbal Singh once again in running the journal Vidar India in 1948, The Meaning of India Essays 1996, and Biography of Mahatma Gandhi he has written, which is also one of the non-fictional work in his account, The Great Indian Way, A Life of Mahatma Gandhi, which was written in 1998. Now this great author got many prestigious awards. The first among it is Sahitya Academy Award, which was awarded to him in 1964 for his great novel Serpent and the Rope. Then Indian government has awarded him with the most prestigious award, Padma Bhushan, in 1969. Then for the entire body of his work, Rao was awarded the New Stud International Award for Literature in 1988. Rao's wide-ranging body of work spanning a number of genres is seen as a varied and significant contribution to Indian English literature as well as world literature as a whole. And Indian government has awarded him with the most prestigious award in India, that is Padma Vibhushan, in 2007. So my dear students, This is today's lecture. This is for today's lecture. We had studied a brief introduction of the author Raja Rao, and you can. This is a list of the books which you can refer. Okay, a study of his novels, Atlantic Publishers and Distributors. Then Isha Days, the novels of Raja Rao, the theme of quest. Then Rao KR, the fiction of Raja Rao, uh, published in Aurangabad, Primal Prakashan. Then Rao Krishna, the Indo-Anglian novels and the changing tradition, Mysore, Rao and Raghavan. Raja Rao's Kantapura, Delhi Orient Public paperbacks. And here is the online source for Raja Rao. You can have a detailed information about Raja Rao here. So refer all these books and this online resource. So this is for today's lecture. Dear students, we'll discuss which is here, which I have shown here in this video. We'll discuss all these things in detail in our Google Meet. So attend all our lectures, all our online lectures on Google Meet. I'm going to share. I'll share you the link for Google Meet. So thank you very much for attending this video, for watching this video, and attend our lectures. So keep watching and keep studying. Be safe and be at home. So thank you very much once again.